I mean, if you're going Christmas caroling, this is the one.
Yeah.
The end, right? Like, this is the one. This
Yeah.
is
Get that and a top hat, and you are ready to carol your butt off.
Show and sell.
Hello and welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging to other people's trash. Hello, Trash Dragons. My name is Chris, Trash Dragon of the West. This is my guitar, Senior Blankenship.
Hola, Senior Blankenship.
Hola, Senior Blankenship.
Hola, back. And he says, like, share, subscribe, and reminded me that I sell on eBay and Discogs, mostly media.
And I'm Katie, and I'm Trash Dragon of the South, and I sell mostly clothing and accessories. And that's about it. I also am always on the hunt for anything spooky, sparkly, and unique.
And I'm Joe. I'm the Trash Dragon of the East, and I buy a little bit of everything and a lot of some things. And I am just happy to be here, everybody. We're just having a good. We're just going to have a good time today. Isn't that right?
Time. Have a good time all the time is my motto, as you know, Joe.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That's whatever it is.
I'm here for wild. Woo.
For good time, call Karwowski.
Yes,
that's why I write it on every bathroom stall.
Yeah, and you've made me write it on every bathroom stall.
Exactly. I do love the Southern ladies.
You promised me $20 a month for that.
And promised you is a strong word. Yeah.
Promise is not binding. It turns out.
Exactly.
Is the theme of this show metal?
No.
I liked our opening.
I did too.
That's
yeah.
I just thought what? Who knows? Like let people know what we're about. We're not just about fun time, good time, thrifting. We also rock. Sometimes
we're about cannibalizing corpses. We're about napalm dying. We're about filthing the cradle. You know, that kind of
adding some Metallica to our clothing. So I have an update, which is the Vietnamese CDs I bought that I misthought of as Thai CDs last episode.
Yes,
I am now in the black on them, and I still have a bunch to sell. So yeah, they're selling pretty well. I woke up to 3 offers on one of them that I was selling for $30, and someone bought it for $25, and I'm like, oh, good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a selling update too. I did not a big haul, but I did a haul a couple of months ago to one of the online like luxury resale sites that I sell clothing on, and it was the worst one I've ever had. And I thought I sent some of like the best items I've ever sent, and it just goes to show, don't get frustrated. Like if you think things are just going to like fly, sometimes they just don't, right? Yeah. It's just the way of the world. And then I sent a box yesterday again and was like, oh, this is probably going to do terrible. It's probably all going to sell immediately.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like it. So anyway.
I also have a slight just showing off. I brought this out a couple of...
It's not a segment. We did not approve the showing off segment, Joe. Can we get a ruling on showing off?
I'm just like, it's an update. But I showed this off a couple episodes ago. These are from my father. I said I would put a Wookiee on him, and I did. He is driving. I love the Wookiee. Really, Chewbacca driving this International Harvester diesel machine makes me laugh, and
it's perfect.
Yeah, so I think one of you inspired that, so I just wanted to show it off. Despite me breaking a rule, I didn't know you guys had.
There's no rule. That was
I know not for me anyway. I have no rules. So let's move on to the thing that brought you joy. The thing that brought you joy. So, thing that brought us joy. Who would like to go? Anyone burning?
Can I go?
Joe. Yeah, Joe.
Okay. So, I did this as I think the last about 2 weeks ago, I worked to clean out and talked about some of the finds, and I'm still getting some finds from that. Here's the thing that I really like, because I've put a lot of work into it so far, because the owner had dogs, and so I spent about 10 minutes with a lint roller, and I've been like picking individual dog hairs out of it. But it is this mohair and acrylic sweater with a great pattern.
Yeah.
And it's from, the tag is Jessica Y, and I don't know like if it's super vintage, or I did a cursory look. I didn't find a whole lot of Jessica Y.
That looks like a sweater Noel Fielding would wear on Great British Bake Off.
Yes, it does.
Which is a compliment. He has great sweaters.
That makes me think it's an older one, but then it also has this tag that on the side, which feels very new. And it also had like, what the heck is this?
Why does it have buttons? Does it have string?
Oh,
is there string in the bag?
There is string in the bag. I also I should probably take the string out of the bag, because I hand washed it.
There's a hole.
So that's what it's for. It's for like mending if there's a hole. Oh, that's really cool. What a great idea.
Yeah, it's really nice when they do that.
I'll have to dry the string separately, but yeah. So anyway, that's my thing that brought me joy. I think it's really,
that's a good one.
It's cool. Are you going to keep it, or are you going to sell it?
I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to ask. I'm going to probably spend another 10 minutes pulling dog hairs out of it.
It's hard.
It's just very.
I just imagine you with a pair of tweezers going very surgically, grabbing Francis hairs off of that.
And anyway, so there's another sweater that had like a great pattern on it. Here I am, still picking.
That is really cool.
So what do you think, like, price-wise, that I could get for this? Is like mohair and acrylic blend. Like, I was thinking 45 to 50.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, above 30 for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a really good sweater.
And move it down. Yeah, you could easily. I think it would move at 45.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Done and done.
Yeah, that's great. How fun.
Yeah.
Katie, what you got?
Oh, I can't show mine, but I'm very excited about it. Because I have a sort of we call it the tea area of my house. It was something that happened. I don't know. It's attached to the basement, and it's where the washer and dryer are. But it's also where my black and yellow, the big bins of clothes that are not out or to be sold or sorted and all that stuff, live in what I call the tea. But the tea gets very damp because it's attached to the outside wall, and there's a washer and dryer sort of in the area. It's kind of big, but it's there. And I found a dehumidifier. I didn't have to buy a new one. And I was really excited. So went to Habitat for Humanity Restore, which is such a good, and they had in their what sort of banged up area or whatever. It's not new, but it was a really nice dehumidifier. And it was one of those things that I was thinking about buying, trying to find a Black Friday deal, but it's just, I don't know, they're expensive, right? And I wanted to, so I was able to get a really nice one, with a hose that you can put like it's not
so you
empty, it empties itself. Yeah. It's a good one. And
It's
so I'm really happy, because that means that room now this winter will be able to like store things, because I was trying to use, the little damp rid 10 of those little charcoal filter thing to try to get the water out, and it doesn't. I needed a dehumidifier in there, so I'm stoked. I did it, and it was.
You can put the hose right into a water bowl for your cats.
They can have all of the stale, moldy water. Yes, they can.
It's air moistened water,
air purified.
Air purified water.
I was so excited. It was the find of finds. I needed it and I found it. So that was my item of joy.
It's unfracked water.
Unfracked water. Yes. What's your item,
That's
Chris?
a good question. So my very good friend Jennifer Prediger was a Mumblecore star, and she's now teaching screenwriting in Dallas, Texas, and I'm very proud of her. But she's moving from the desert to Dallas, and so she's getting rid of
cultural desert.
Although Dallas is supposed to be great, no less than the Neil Hamburger, whose name escapes me.
Big Turkey
told me, yeah, he was just like, Dallas is better than you think. It's got a lot of really cool stuff happening, and Jenny seems to really like it. She's like, it feels a lot like LA. It's artistic. It's just in Texas is the problem.
Yeah, I know that. So I know that MC 900 Foot Jesus, MC 900 Foot Jesus spins jazz there on a regular basis.
Oh wow!
For those that are fans,
those who have remained friends to this day,
right here,
he's got
fan number one.
So she's getting rid of a lot of stuff, and one of the things is I'll probably need a picture, but it's this lamp.
That's cool. That's really good. It's like an hanging glass.
It's almost like a hanging pendant lamp.
Yeah, very cool.
But with a base, and I love it. And I was I needed a new bedside lamp because mine was just an old IKEA one.
That's fantastic. And that's so good.
I was so excited. She was like bringing out stuff. She's like, "You want this?" I'm like, "No." "You want this?" "No." "Yes." To that. And a bunch of other stuff. There's a lot. I'm going to go back. And I'm like, I'll bring a truck. Because they kept on going like, what about this? I'm like, I have a Prius with a gigantic dog in the back. The dog's name is Hodor, but I know after doing a road trip with him, I'm like, this is why they don't call him Ho Window, because he stands up the whole time and you cannot see through the, like, I am like half the time, I'm like, I have no idea what's happening behind me. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was great. It was actually a really fun trip. It was really fun Thanksgiving. But yeah, they loaded me up. There's another item to come in our next segment, which is Unearthed Treasure. Unearthed Treasure. Unearthed Treasure, the topic is red, because why not? We've done a couple other colors and Christmas and whatnot, holidays. So I just mentioned I got a bunch of stuff from my friend Jennifer, so I'm going to go first and show off another item. These are I'm selling these for her. She did not give these to me. Basically new John Fluvogs. These are burgundy. They're like kind of have a black, like a reddish kind of like sort of what would you call that? What would you call those? The ombre? Like there's kind of like, goes from like black to burgundy. And
the question I was about to ask you was, does she have any clothes and what size shoe does she wear? When you said you were going to go back and get more stuff, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah. And
what size are those?
These are 6.5. I haven't listed them yet.
That's
so she's looking for, like, if you want them for 100, you can have them, Katie. But
I don't wear 6.5 since I was 12, but thank you.
Did your feet shrink? Are they 5 now?
Yeah, now I'm a 5.5. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Because I remember I asked you if you wanted another pair of shoes, and you got so mad at me that I had like dare besmirched your foot size as being too big.
Probably.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yes, thank you.
I've spent years keeping them.
I've been plumping up my feet for years.
Training them in
the binding, So they also, like, I've never seen these shoes, but I love these soles with the like angels. On them.
He's a very cool shoe. It's a very cool shoe designer. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
very unique.
It feels like when you get it, you're like, yeah, this feels like someone who's doing this out of love, which is becoming less and less the case in fashion for sure. So I thought these were really cool. I researched them, and just a cool thing, and not a little bit unusual for me to show off shoes. So who would like to
I
go
like
next?
that. They're also not the resale value on that brand is very good. Very good.
So Katie, what do you have for red?
Close.
Close, yeah.
Close. I have a coat that I have already sold one time, regretted selling, and so just was like, it will come back. It was one of the items that I wish I hadn't sold. I bought it and sold it long ago in LA, and then just sort of do the cursory search every now and again on the resale sites online, and waited for someone to be selling it for under $50, and then I finally got it. And it is this. It is a Marc Jacobs.
Ooh, nice.
That just feels like a Mary Poppins coat.
It is a full English winter coat. The lapel is velvet, and all of the detail bows are velvet. And then there are 3 colors of lace in here. Right. It starts with red lace, then white lace, then light pink lace under all of this. It is good. It's a mid-length coat, so it comes to about the knee, and it is tweed. So the coat is the red crosshatch.
Oh, okay. Is that vintage?
Yes, it's a runway coat from I think it's in the 2000s.
Okay.
So I guess maybe that would be considered vintage, but it is. I remembered it because I remembered that specific show. And so when I saw the coat in a magazine, and then the coat came into a resale store I was working in, and I put it on hold and bought it immediately. And then years later, I knew it was valuable, so I sold it. And then finally I got it again. The problem is the coat is a little small on me, but I can't quite give it up yet. So I'm also just, I keep items for my nieces, and this might be one of the ones that goes in the trunk because it's so specific to a time, and it's just, I mean, if you're going Christmas caroling, this is the one.
Yeah.
End, right? Like, this is the one. This is
you get that and a top hat, and you are ready to carol your butt off.
Yeah. Joe,
what do you have for red?
Well, I'm sorry if I was distracted. I was preparing. I had to do some work on my phone in order to show you. So I'm a posters guy, as posters and art guy, and about 2 years ago, I got a really good deal on some posters, and I immediately was filled with a little bit of remorse because I was like, this is not the right time to be selling posters, but they are Soviet propaganda posters.
Oh, boy, yeah.
And I think they're period. I think they're period specific, or period. I think they're of the period. So I'll send some pictures to do this. But yeah, so I did some. I was downloading a translation app, so I could translate this. This one is here. I'll do this, but I'll also send pictures in. This says Cossack. Who are you with? Us or with them? That is one. The second one is...
That's good propaganda because it's not overtly saying the thing. It's basically just putting the question in people's minds that these Cossacks might be a problem.
This
are
one
these
is
reprints?
I don't know. They may be. I mean, they may be reprints, but they're aged. They have age. They have coarse, they're printed on a coarse paper, so they may be just commercially available reprints in the from the Soviet Union. I can't tell for
valuable?
sure.
Are these quite valuable?
How much thallium is in the paper?
I feel like you mean vellum, not Valium. Vellum,
thallium.
The drug.
I
don't know how much Valium is it.
No, TH.
But that would actually make it a lot more valuable.
Isn't thallium like a poison, like a radioactive poison that the Russians put into people?
Oh, you're talking about. I used to know this. I've thought about it quite frequently, thinking, well, if you had to assassinate somebody, the best thing to do would be to put some of this in their drink, and that way it looks like it's a Russian operation because they're the only people who do this.
Right.
But anyway, I don't think about poisoning people that much.
Anymore. Yeah.
What does this one say, Joe?
So I think, with this one, I think it says, I used a translation app. I used Microsoft's translation app instead of Google because I don't like Google's stronghold. Not like Microsoft is really any better, but this, I do. Leningrad participates, something revolutions, red flot. That's all it said. So it's a really incomplete translation, but something about revolutions and Leningrad. And then there's this one, which says, anyway, there's a whole bunch of these. This one is pretty great. This one says, join the Red Cavalry. And here's the Red Cavalry. And then at the bottom, the Red Cavalry destroyed Matamov's Kuro-Denkin. She beat the lords in Peturia. Now it is necessary to destroy Wrangel's loser. Workers and peasants, join the ranks of the Red Kimnata. Don't know exactly what all those words mean, but I'd also
where did you get? Hold on. Where did you get these?
They were offered to me by somebody I work with, and I got a really good deal on them. I think it was like maybe $100 for like $100 or $200 for like 10 of them.
Wow!
So it was like really, it was a great deal. They might be valuable. I don't know. I mean,
they're valuable.
I personally love Soviet style propaganda just because of the seriousness.
Propaganda now, yeah.
Propaganda. Like I have a Instagram propaganda now, which I'll post a thing here. But that was I met Sean Terahachi from Crap Hound and had lunch, delightful lunch with him, and he gave me his social justice warrior cat calendar for 2025. And it's very similar to what I do, but it's just like more kind of like ultra liberal kind of complaining about things.
Nice. And that, I would also like to point out, I think that this artwork was appropriated for a Joy Division release. It was like one of the very early, or a Joy Division poster.
So are we moving on to the next segment?
Let's go on to the next segment, which I believe is Tales from the Flypt!
Tales from the Flypt. Tales from the Flypt. The question this time is, would you ever buy a storage unit? I can go first. I've thought about it.
You mean one that's full of stuff, like that they auction?
Yeah. The Storage Wars storage unit type thing. It fits into my, who knows what could be in here, like that I love mentality. Yeah, and it could be a filthy treasure hunt. But I've thought about it a lot. I would love to do it, but it also feels like a world that you have to. I feel like I would probably get ripped off for the first 20 storage units. I'd also have another storage unit to store everything. I just don't have the room. I'm sorry?
If you have you have to have access to a dumpster, I think, if you're going to do that, because
yes,
you're going to be sifting through a lot of garbage. And it's like, you're like, well, maybe I can. No, don't be like, I could probably get $3 for this. It's like, Like, put that either, if it's good enough if it's good enough, donate it. Like, don't nickel and dime, just like go for the big stuff if you can. I have a friend who does it, and he does well, but he also does everything on Facebook Marketplace, and he's also like a hyper aggressive bidder. And I'm just like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that drama.
He bids online, Joe, or he bids in person?
Both. There's a lot of, I guess there's a lot more storage auctions around here. There's also a guy that I know in the area that he buys storage units in the city, and he has done remarkably well with that. Like, he's got a lot of like musical instruments and weird art and so on.
Like, you've thought about it, but
I might. I mean, I have a big van now, so I could just like empty out a lot of the stuff and just like, if I sorted on site, I think you have like,
and you have a whole house to store stuff in. So,
oh no, I don't.
I know.
Oh God,
I've been to your house.
But I would do it if I could, like, if I just like had, if I could just commit to 3 days to sort through and sift through everything and like just make a trip, like make it like first round, just like this is just garbage. It's all going to the dump. Second round, this is stuff I'm going to donate. Like I'm going to wash and donate. Third round, this is the stuff I'm going to sell. I would do it that way.
I thought third round would be sort through it, take it to the garbage. Second round is realize that you made a tremendous mistake. Go back to the dump, get the stuff that you threw away.
Cards. Oh no!
Exactly. Sealed Pokemon cards. Katie, what is your...
Yes, I would absolutely do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do it. If I knew how to do it, I would do it. Yeah. Because I'm very curious. I really want treasure, but I think location is key. I think what Joe just said is key. Getting storage units in New York City. Yes.
Yeah.
Getting storage units in certain parts of Los Angeles. Absolutely. Because also sometimes studios purchase or independent films purchase storage units. Like they're used by a lot of people in LA and New York. You might just anywhere up north, I would say in the Trash Dragon of the North's area would be better possibly than where I am. I would not think that I'm in the hotbed for that kind of thing. I think it's for treasure. I mean, I could, but I think I'd have to go through more storage units than where the areas that both of you are to find really good stuff or old items in Joe's area. So
I just imagine very sparkly suits being in a storage unit down there in Nashville.
Porter Wagner's old storage unit.
Speaking of sparkly suits, possibly Las Vegas would also be a good place because you might get some interesting stuff.
Sure.
But I would say I think we all three should do it together. We should all go in and get a storage unit. I think it would be a very fun project. Just one.
Or we could see how much, like, we could all do it and then see who makes the most money out of it.
How much are they?
I mean, they can range from $10 to like thousands of dollars, depending upon what the bids are like. That the storage. By the way, I just want to, while we're on the subject, a quick 45-second rant about the show Storage Wars. I hate it. I've hate watched it like for like 10 episodes, and I'm just like I hate the fake drama. I hate like when they're sorting out stuff. It's like this is like I can get $100 for this. It's like no, you can't. In what world can you get $100 for like a used office chair? Get out of here.
Yeah, the random pricing. Yeah,
random pricing. Where they're just kind of like we made our money back, and it's just like. Maybe, but like all the things, like nothing's sold yet. Like, I eventually will make money on my Vietnamese CDs, but I haven't yet.
And it's also, I'm sure that most storage units do not go for as much as they sell for on the show. I'm sure that
I hope
a lot
not.
No,
but I feel like storage buyers. Every time I try to research it, everyone's just like, it's terrible. Like, there's never any help. Like, it's a very gatekeeped kind of element of thrifting.
It definitely is a gate-kept element. That and buying pallets. Nobody really wants to tell you where to buy pallets.
Right.
Nobody wants to tell me where to buy pallets.
I wish I had done that during COVID because Goodwill was just like, they were getting so much stuff. They were just putting everything into huge boxes, and for $50 you would get a box.
I'm gonna hurt you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm just.
When was that?
That was during COVID. I don't know what to tell you, Katie.
Where?
In America.
The country?
Yeah, the United States of.
I'm so upset.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm not actually going to hurt you. I
know. Well, other than emotionally, yes.
That I need to make calls and texts to that are like, did you know? Did you know you didn't tell me? Like,
there's a bunch of like I watch, especially during that period. I watched a lot of YouTubers, and like that's how I know, like the kind of guys who would do like thrift hauls or like take you to the bins and be like kind of sort through stuff, which I don't do as much anymore. Now that I feel like I've got my feet on better ground. Well, I'm sorry?
You don't go to the bins anymore?
Oh no, I go to the bins. I just don't watch the videos of other people doing it.
Oh, of other people doing it. Okay.
They're charming and interesting, and you can learn something. But it's over time. I'm just like, I kind of wanted this show to be, make sure that we weren't doing anything that other people were doing. So instead of being a thrift haul, we're kind of showcasing specific items and themes, and
yes,
more of an entertainment show than a educational show. In the show notes, it always says, show and tell is for entertainment purposes only. If you have learned something, that is on you. So, guys, I think we did another episode that is great and A+ worthy. I don't know.
I give it 2 paws.
Yeah,
who is that?
That's
Junior Samples Jr.
Hi, Junior Samples Jr.
He, I forgot to give him his laxative this morning. He's on 2 laxatives a day. At this
he's
point.
on the kitty Metamucil.
He's on like a kitty castor oil, pretty much. It's like,
Right.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so
cat constipation corner's over.
Oh no!
2 paws.
So 2 paws out.
More samples in the next one, though.
Yeah, we'll do more samples. Let's do the song that we all love.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, hit like, share, subscribe. But if you don't, everything is gonna be alright. And if you do, things are gonna be a little brighter for us. There's an algorithm controlling all of our lives. Hi, Samples Jr. Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, ring the bell. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. We love you.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.